Every time he does this, he loses. 5 Dragon Ball clichés that always repeat. I've never hidden from you that I love Dragon Ball, but those who love Dragon Ball have noticed certain patterns that keep coming back, especially with Vegeta. He's the champion of clichés. Let's take a look. 1. A technique that never works for anything. There's a technique Vegeta tends to use, but every time he does it, he only ends up wasting energy. That technique involves flying high and firing several energy blasts, raising a ton of dust. And it's crazy how he always tries this, and it never works. In reality, the dust only serves to hide the fact that the enemy is still intact. And what's worse, Vegeta ends up with that dumb look on his face as if he's surprised that the enemy is still standing after all that. 2. Broken arm. Vegeta with a broken arm has been a meme for a long time. If there's a new arc, you can bet Vegeta is going to break his arm. It happened in the fight against Riku, against Android 18, against Goku when he was under Babidi's control, against Kid Buu, against Goku Black, against Jiren, and against Granola. And the most impressive thing of all? It's always the same arm. I honestly wish I could understand why everything Vegeta learns always ends up being useless. In Dragon Ball Z, through sheer effort and dedication, Vegeta finally manages to transform into a Super Saiyan. He chased this relentlessly after seeing Goku use the transformation to defeat Frieza, and after seeing Trunks transform too. And obviously he wasn't going to accept being left behind. So yeah, he achieves the transformation, and it leads nowhere, he just gets defeated. He did manage to land a few blows on Cell's second form, but in the end that was it. Cell absorbed Android 18 and Vegeta ended up defeated again, and this isn't the only example. In the Moro saga, Vegeta went to Yardrat to prepare for fighting a wizard, something totally new for him. That training gave him some special abilities beyond just physical damage. These abilities were instant transmission and spirit fission, which can be used to separate and drain an enemy's energy. And what did he do? He discarded instant transmission outright, saying he would never use it again. As for spirit fission, nobody knows, because in the Granola saga, he simply didn't use any of the techniques he had learned in the Moro saga. Oh, and forget about Ultra Ego, because in the latest arc, we saw Goku fighting Gohan using Ultra Instinct. But when Vegeta's turn came, he went with Super Saiyan Blue, which had already been surpassed a long time ago. Speaking of Super Saiyan Blue, in the Resurrection of Frieza saga, Vegeta shows that, just like Goku, he also managed to awaken divine power. But of course it led nowhere, because Whis had to rewind time so Goku could kill Frieza before Vegeta himself was destroyed. But I skipped that part about Frieza because in that scene another cliché happens, which is for taking too long to finish off the enemy. Here I've got to be fair with Vegeta and say he's not the only one who does this. Guys, pay attention. Every time you see a Dragon Ball character standing in front of the enemy with their hand extended and an energy ball building up in their palm, know this: he's going to lose. This scene has been told like a joke so many times that no one laughs at it anymore. In the Resurrection of Frieza, after Vegeta humiliated Frieza, he just stood there in front of him with energy in his hand. He stared at Frieza, creating all that tension, and did nothing. He just gave Frieza enough time to blow up the Earth. In the Tournament of Power, this didn't happen just once, it happened twice. The first time was with Goku, after knocking Jiren down with complete Ultra Instinct. He stood in front of Jiren with energy in his hand, just staring at him, maybe regretting that the fight was about to end right there, and that only gave time for Goku's body to collapse under the strain of Ultra Instinct. And you know what's even funnier? If you don't finish it, you get finished because Jiren wasted no time. He ended Goku right there, doing exactly what Goku should have done to him. But Goku was saved by Frieza, who obviously had learned the lesson from Goku and wouldn't make the same mistake, right? Well, wrong. 5. The trivialization of powers. One of my biggest problems with Dragon Ball Super is how certain concepts have been watered down over time. There are powers that should be treated as special, but after a while, they just become another move like any other. For example, back in classic Dragon Ball when Tien used the Tri-Beam for the first time, Master Roshi said this was a technique more powerful than the Kamehameha, but far more dangerous, because its power was so great that using it shortened Tien's lifespan. And that's exactly what happened when he used it against Nappa. Nappa didn't kill Tien, Tien died shortly after using the attack. Then in the Cell Saga and in Dragon Ball Super, Tien uses the Tri-Beam all the time. It completely ruined the drama of it being too dangerous to use, something that should only come out in moments of absolute desperation. Another example is Goku's Kaioken. It was always said to be a technique that boosts Goku's strength and speed, but at a cost, because pushing his power beyond his body's limits would tear him apart. Of course, once Super Saiyan transformations came along, Kaioken became unnecessary. But then Goku decided to combine Kaioken with Super Saiyan Blue, and once again we saw him nearly destroy his own body during his first fight with Hit. But then came the Goku Black Saga, the rematch against Hit, and the Tournament of Power, and Goku was using Kaioken all the time. Once again, another technique treated like nothing special, ruining the drama of it being too dangerous to rely on. And don't even get me started on Ultra Instinct. It was always introduced as a mental state, where Goku reacts to battle without thinking, but nowadays it's been degraded into just another transformation that simply boosts strength and speed.